Welcome to episode 7 of Basic UI in Unity. In this episode we will be looking at dropdowns. So I'll show you how to create this dropdown over here, which changes the color of this image to these 3 colors. So let's get started. So in our last episode we created this slider, but let's now look at how to create this dropdown. So I'll right click on our canvas, then I'll go to UI, then I'll choose Dropdown Text Mesh Pro. And if you don't have Text Mesh Pro downloaded, it will just say download somewhere on the screen right here and just install that. I'll just call it dropdown and I'll put it over here. A dropdown consists of a bunch of stuff, as you can see down here, but don't worry about that. Just worry about this parent object, which has a dropdown Text Mesh Pro component. And if you scroll down, it has this thing called options. So this is all the options when you click the dropdown. So there's option A, B, C. You can of course add more, but we won't do that. I'll just make one called red. I'll make one called blue. And I'll make one called green. So this will be our options. And then we need an image, so I'll right click again on the canvas and choose an image, and I'll just put it over here. So this will be our drop down image. So now we have all that sorted, and now we can create a C# script to handle all of this down here in the assets. So right click, go to create and do mono behavior script. I will call it dropdown color. Open that up. In here we'll delete the start function, and then we will add 2 libraries. We'll first add Unity Engine.ui, and we will add using TM Pro, which is Text Mesh Pro, because we're using a Text Mesh Pro dropdown. And now we can create a public TMP underscore dropdown, so a Text Mesh Pro dropdown, and I'll just call it dropdown. Then we also need a public image, which we can call dropdown image, so the image which will change color. Then in our update function we can simply do if dropdown.value is equal to 0, so this will be the first option, and in this case that will be red, so I'll just write red right here so we know it's red. Well, then we can change the color of this image, so we will do dropdown image.color equals color.red. We can then just copy this, paste it right under, and do else in front of this. So else if, then we'll do 1, which will be blue in this case, and we can do blue right here, and we can copy this one more time and do 2, which is green, and we can write green right here too. That's all our code we need. Now head back into Unity, and we can click on our dropdown game object and scroll down and drag our dropdown script over here. And this has 2 references, the dropdown reference, so we need to drag our dropdown component right here down to our dropdown reference. And we need one for the image, so we drag our dropdown image onto the dropdown image reference. And now that's all sorted, so let's click play. And as you can see, it starts off red because we have the red selected. So let's click on it now and change it to blue. And as you can see, it changes to blue, and green works as well. So that's all for this one. Hope you learned something new today, and subscribe if you like this video. Have an amazing day.